Okay, guys, I think I am live. Woo woo! It's my first one. Let me just make sure that I have it all together. I'm so excited, guys. Hello, hello. I am just going to give people a few minutes to get on and join me. Hey, hey, hey. As you come in, let me know where you're at in the world and what's your name so I can say hello. Hey, 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 welcome, welcome. You guys, I'm so excited today. Today we are going to be talking about why I can't move on. Y'all, I have totally been there. And if you see me looking down, I am probably trying to view chat as well as looking at my notes, just to let you guys know. But as you come in, let me know where you're from, your name, just giving people a few minutes to get on. And if you haven't already, you can go ahead, grab your favorite pen, grab a book, a notebook to write some notes in, because I am going to be dropping some gems today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to introduce myself for those of you that don't know me. My name is Alyssa. I am a Christian certified life coach. I help women recognize themselves again and live life confidently after experiencing a toxic relationship or church trauma. I am super passionate about this because I have been there. I know what it's like to go through the process of healing as well as to feel stuck and a little confused. So we are going to get into that today. Hey, hey, hey. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. This is my first live, so hopefully it's good though. I try to do a test run beforehand just to make sure. Okay. So again, we're going to be talking about why can't I move on? So let me know in the comments if you have tried all of the things. You've tried praying, you've tried your affirmations, you might have even tried to forgive people. You've gotten out your holy oil, like you are really trying, but yet you still feel stuck. And thank you for confirming that you can hear me. Thank you, thank you. So if you are trying all the things and yet you still feel stuck, you are in what I call limbo. You're stuck in limbo. That is the best way that I could describe it, because you're not quite in the past. Like you don't feel hurt, by thinking of the situation. You don't have that initial pain that you had, but yet you're not fully in the present either, because you don't feel like your normal self. You don't feel like you have actually been healed. And you're also not really hopeful about your future because you're kind of confused. Like, what is going on? You can let me know below if that resonates with you. I have found that when it comes to healing, there's three main components, guys. There is the spirit, the soul, and the body. And when you can get the soul and the spirit working together, it automatically transforms into the body and overflows into the other areas of your life. So I have found that as a Christian life coach, my specialty is really dealing with the soul, okay? I believe that we all should be partnering with God for strategy on how to deal with our soul. When it comes to Christians, a lot of the times we got the spiritual side of things down. We're praying, we're reading the word, we're doing all the things. But the one factor that I know that we miss a lot is the soul part. So we're going to talk about that today. And again, for those that are coming on, we are talking about why can't I move on? So I focus on dealing with the soul while partnering with God. The soul is your mind, how you think, what you believe, and it's the subconscious and the conscious as well when it comes to your mind. So the soul is your mind, what you think, what you believe. It's also your emotions, how you feel, as well as your will or what you decide to do. So that is what I focus on, because that is the area that Christians seem to not focus on the most. And your soul will literally dictate what you do, how you feel, what you're thinking, and it could stop you from fully moving forward. And that's what we all want. So, hey, welcome those that are dropping in. We are talking about why can't I move on? So when healing doesn't come in like this miraculous, sudden way, a lot of the time, like we get completely stuck. We're like, what the heck? Well, I prayed, I'm reading my word, like I forgave them, and I still feel stuck. I still feel like I'm not whole, I'm not healed. Like it doesn't feel like anything changed, guy. Like where you at? Like let me know in the comments if that relates to you, if you've been there. So this verse that dropped in my mind was Romans 12:2. So it says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that is part of your soul, your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So when it comes to moving on, it's important that we go through this transformation or renewal part of the mind. If we don't, we will feel stuck and we won't even be able to access that spiritual component that we're trying really, really hard for. So when I read this scripture, like this is one of those scriptures that you know, like the back of your hand. So when I read the scripture, I didn't realize that it was saying that if your soul isn't renewed or transformed, you can't even decipher what the will of God is. Like you are stuck. So when we learn to partner with God spiritually to get a strategy for our soul, that's where the miracle happens. And that's when we start feeling the change and feeling like, oh, we're not stuck. God got us. So that is what I focus on. If you don't deal with your soul, you can't really walk into the will of God and live freely and confidently because your mind is not transformed. So write this down if you got your notebook and your pen. So your mind causes thoughts and beliefs, which then cause emotions, which automatically lead to action. So I'm going to say that again. Your mind causes thoughts and beliefs, which then cause emotions that automatically lead to action. So this could be daunting, but it's actually hopeful, because if you can get to the root of some of your beliefs, some of your mindsets that you have, some of those negative, intrusive thoughts that you might be experiencing related to healing, then you could automatically change how you feel about it. And in turn, you can start making different actions, different choices, and you feel better because it's not just like life is happening to me, but no, like I am in control of my life. So that is a game changer. When we deal with the soul, we can get to the bottom of our thoughts and our subconscious beliefs. Like maybe you have some limiting beliefs that you're unaware of that are actually keeping you feeling stuck and not able to actually move forward in the healing that you already have. So if you can get to those limiting beliefs, then you could really step into what's already yours. Because the word says, right, that we are healed by the stripes of Jesus. So you're already healed. It's already done, but we have to feel confident. We have to get our identity back, our power back that was kind of sucked from us within the experiences that we had. So to those coming in, hey, we are talking about why can't I move on? Feel free to let me know in the chat where you're at in the world and your name so I can say hello. So let me share one of the limiting beliefs that I had. So the belief that I had was, the limiting belief that I had was, I thought that if something bad was happening to me in my life, that it was because I did something wrong and God was punishing me. That was my limiting belief. So I found myself praying for healing to God, but that limited belief was there that was causing me to, one, not pray in power, but pray in like this tiny aspect of who I was, because it's like, oh man, like I'm, feeling shame, feeling guilt. So I'm not coming the way that, God had designed me to come to him. I also didn't see God the right way, but I'm praying to him for healing and I'm believing that I'm having faith. But really, it was a limited belief. And that limited belief, y'all, is what was making me feel stuck. Once I got that limited belief together by doing the soul work, then I was able to automatically tap into the spiritual side of things and actually see change. Sometimes it's not the fact that your prayers aren't answered, it's that you're actually not walking into them. It's already done. It's literally already done. And I'm not coming to you from a place of shame or anything like that, because I've been there. So I want you to get free from that. So yes, when you can change your limited beliefs, you can automatically tap into your power, your identity, your confidence, and it will automatically shift how you feel about stuff, how you act about stuff, and how you can come to God and what power you believe that you have. So it's so important, guys. So just because you have a limited belief or you have something or thoughts that are kind of holding you back within your soul and causing you to like pray from a limited perspective, it doesn't mean that God won't show up. Because when I tell y'all that God is faithful, he definitely is. And what happened to me is he let me stand up. He let me heal to an extent. It didn't hurt as bad, but I felt stuck because I was keeping myself from walking through the healing process. So again, just because you're having things going on with your soul, it doesn't mean that God won't meet you where you're at, because he will. But in order for you to really get to where you want to go, you have to deal with that soul component. And honestly, the soul component is that foundation, because once you work on your soul, once you know how to get your mind together, your emotions together, and know how to make better decisions because of that, nothing can throw you off. Like, it will be a permanent thing. Like, you will have a solid foundation, and that is where we want to be. We don't want to be in a place where we are repeating cycles or anything like that. So welcome. Hello. This is really good. Thank you. So, healing can be found in the practical things as well. Like, sometimes as Christians, we make it like super complicated. But honestly, there's scriptures that tell you take captive every thought. You know, we think it's like some hard thing, but there's literally practical things you could do, like take captive every thought. If a negative thought is coming in, you have to be able to compare it to the word. And then you have to be able to be like, no, I'm not going to think that way, because nothing can actually come in without you accepting it in. And that might sound harsh, but it's true, because you are powerful. You are very powerful. It's just a matter of recognizing yourself again, recognizing who you really are, recognizing the power that you have through Christ Jesus. Once you will figure that out, you're set. So practical things could be just making sure that you're not letting your thoughts run wild, that you are lining them up to where you are trying to go in your life. Practical things could be therapy. I know when I started my healing process, like, Jesus and therapy wasn't a huge thing, but therapy, okay? Jesus and therapy is okay. And sometimes you need therapy to provide you things that could lead you to healing. So it's important that you don't exit out the practical things. Another one is coaching. So I have a coach right now, and she is helping me with my mindset. It is so like refreshing to be able to sit with someone and they know what you're going through. So my coaching clients, I know what they're going through because I've been there. So coaching can provide not just like this knowledge base, I went to school thing, but a personal thing of like, I've been there. This is what I did. Let's talk about that type of thing. It's so important, and like it really like relieves you. So that's a practical thing. Taking medicine while you believe for healing and work on yourself. Just because you're taking medicine, like as Christians, we, that spiritual part, we believe that like, no, I'm not taking medicine. I'm, trusting in the Lord. But sometimes medicine is your form of healing that could help you get your body under control. Like for me, I struggled with my hormones. When I was going through, my hormones were going crazy. I was in and out of the hospital. Like, it is so important for me in that time to take the medicine so my emotions are under control, and then I can actually think from a sound mind. So medicine, that's okay. You could practically take medicine and that could lead to your healing. It doesn't mean that it's a permanent thing. Another practical thing is be aware of yourself. Tune into your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, even your body. This will help you know what to specifically pray about and get strategy for. So, y'all, like, my coaching is based on getting strategy from God for your soul. Okay? I believe in getting strategy from God concerning everything. So, a practical thing is if you feel like your thoughts are out of control, a practical thing for you to do to get unstuck is to start one, yes, the spiritual side, pray to God saying, hey, my thoughts are out of control. This is how I'm feeling. This is what's happening to me. And then saying, what can I do about this, God? Like, show me what to do. And then you don't just wait because it's faith with works, right? Faith without works is dead. So then you could move on and you could start implementing some things that God is showing you. That could be reading your word to find things about your thoughts, your mind, that type of thing. It could be searching online for communities. It could be searching up quotes. It could be making the affirmations, but it could also just be practical things of learning how the mind operates. Capture my thought, change my feelings about it, and then it's going to cause me to feel different and make a different action. So it's so important that we don't exit out the practical things and that we also partner with God for that strategy, because He will show you how to move forward with it, how to help. And that's in even what you consider small things. Okay, so when it comes to why you can't move on after doing all the things you know to do, the praying, the reading your word, the fasting, it's probably because of the soul work. It's because of the soul work. It's the fact that you need to work on your mind, your emotions, and your will. It's changing the perspective of what healing actually looks like, because a lot of the times we think it's this sudden thing that's going to happen and we're automatically going to feel like our old self, or we think that it's when I'm healed, I look like this. And maybe you don't, and that's okay, but it's just allowing yourself to have grace and work on your soul. Do the work so then He can build a strong foundation. Because what happens that I see a lot is that when people get healing and they don't do the soul work, it doesn't last. Why? Because they don't have that solid foundation. And it's so important to have that solid foundation, because it's your power, okay? It's your identity at stake, and it's your view of God. Like, you don't want to feel disconnected. A lot of the times when we are going through spiritual things, we feel disconnected from God. So we need to work on our souls to get that foundation. It's so, so important, guys. So this is how I got healed and moved on. I did the soul work. I did the practical things while praying. And I gave myself grace, and I was open to the fact that, like, maybe it won't look the way that I thought it would, but God is going to work it all together for my good, because that's what the word says. So maybe you're feeling stuck because you're not doing the soul work. You're not doing the practical things. So that's what I challenge you guys to do, is the soul work. So I am going to take some questions. If you guys have any questions regarding our topic tonight, you can go ahead and drop them in the chat. And if you're watching the replay later, because I am going to post this on my YouTube, go ahead and put it in the chat or the comments. I will post a reply to it. And then before I forget, make sure you come back to our next live on next Tuesday at 5:30. This whole month, I am going on live, and our topic for the month is healing your soul. Next week, we are going to be talking about signs you're dealing with a soul tie. So it's going to be so good. Make sure you come back and click the subscribe button and hit the bell. That way you will get notified on when I'm going live. You don't want to miss it. And then for those who are past that initial trauma or hurt, but feel like you're in that limbo phase, like you're not in the past anymore, but you're not fully in the present either, make sure that you sign up with this link below to join my VIP list so you can get resources. I am going to be handing out some free coaching sessions to those that join as well. And you will also be the first to know when I launch my 90-day program that is going to help you break up with your past and move on. So make sure you go to that website below here. Let me see. So let me know if there's any questions. I know like there's a lag too. But if I don't have any questions, that's fine. Make sure you guys head over to my Instagram. If you're not following me, you should be. It's Norrich Soul. And I am going to leave a story just asking you what was your one takeaway from this video. So until next time, guys, thank you for joining. Happy healing.